Hello guys and welcome back again to your only trade guide you will ever need for Path of Exile 2. Yes, this will be a complete in-depth explanation video about the trade market, how you can use it for your advantage, how you use it correctly. Also, it's about the trading tool that is currently available. I mean, there are many available. I'm using the Overlay 2 by Overwolf, the PoE2 Overlay 2, PoE Overlay 2. And yes, to start off the video, for those of you who don't know how to actually sell items on the trade market, because we got two options how to sell stuff. We can go to Alva over here and use the currency exchange market, and we can use our premium stash tabs. If you don't know what a premium stash tab is, just click on this button on the left or press the U on your keyboard, and then you can find, I don't know where they are. It's loading where they are. Okay, it's here about sales. You can find the stash tabs over here. So there are quite few of them. You also have a specific one for like currency or for your gems, but we are looking for the premium stash tabs, and there are two types of it. You can first buy a normal stash tab. It's an extra stash tab, and then you can also buy a premium stash tab. It costs 10 coins more, and also there's an upgrade where you can upgrade your normal stash tab to a premium stash tab, and that's all. It's also available in a quad stash, so it's basically like four times four, you got four times a normal chest in form of a quad stash. Okay, that's for it. Let's go back to how to sell stuff, and then you just want to open the stash tab, and then you right click it over here, and then you can make it public. And when it's public, you got three different options. You can individually price everything. You can make a buyout order, so you can someone can send you an offer, and you can set the whole stash to a specific price. You can say, okay, everything in this costs like 5 exalt. And also you can tick down these buttons, these knobs over here, because if you tick them and then you press Control on your keyboard and left click on an item, like in currency item, it's getting automatically put into this chest where you tick it for the currency. And then if you want to sell stuff, you make it just public, and then you take your item, place it in, right click, and then you have the option on exact price, like a BO price or a node, or do not index, and then you can just select whatever you want, and then you're on the trade side for this item. Okay, so yes, let's start with the actual guide for the trade market and how to use it correctly. A lot of you see this extension on the left here. I really recommend this. It's called the TFT Trade extension. You can download it for Chrome. And it basically does is you can save your searches on the trade page, and then you can make folders so you can navigate quickly through all of these instead of make the filter all of the time. Also, currently it's not correct working, but you can make like a multiple time of live searches. So you can select like 5 to 6 different items, and then you can tick these here, and then you can start selection, and then it should automatically make an active live search for all of these items, but it's currently not working. You see it's going for PoE1, and I don't know when they fix it or if they fix it, but it is a pretty good and cool feature what is also usable on the PoE1 trade market. Okay, and that's for the extension. And then yes, as you can see, I have like some stuff for league start for trading who are cheap or want what to buy for the early states. And you can just click on them and then they will open. But we start with a clear filter. First, when you see the trade site, you see just this or maybe this. You can just click this button, hide filters, and then it's like this. Also, as you can see, you have two different types of searches. One have the single item search, like here, and you can also trade for bulk items. Bulk just means that you can buy a lot of currency from one specific person. So if you go over here and maybe you want to do some bossing and you want a lot of the Fated Crisis fragments and you say, yeah, I have divines for that, you can tick these and then you see there are a lot of listed. Then you can open the filter section again and then you go to stock count and say, okay, I want minimum 10 of those. And then you see, okay, there's a guy, he has 13 and I can buy those. And you can contact him and you can select how many you want and buy from him. I tell you that because a lot of you are just using the currency exchange in the game, and it's fine. But from time to time, especially when you want to buy expensive items like perfect jeweler orbs or like those fragments, excuse me, you really want to double check the price. And then you go to Alva, and then you can look up for the fragments and the crisis, and then you look up for the divine price. And here it says I get I get 1 for 2 divines. That's actually pretty cheap. And there are also a lot of in stock. So if I want to buy for 20 divines, like 10, I don't have 20 divines, but I could do that over here. So this is a good example already. If we look at the trade side, we would pay for the same amount like 10 divines more because it's bulk fee and bulk price. But it's not always in a lot of cases it's normal that you pay more if you buy more from people because less trading means more time you have to spend in mapping or bossing or so. And yeah, to trade with like 100 people or so, it can be pretty annoying already. Okay, so you see, if you can buy those much cheaper from the currency exchange. But I will show you another example. So if we look up the price for delirium isolations, and we see it's 3.6 divine for 1. So people normally want to buy 2 of those, and they would pay like 4. In this case, 8. Wait, like this. So, but you can't type in 7 because it's under the ratio, and actually nobody sell these for 7 divine. They have like higher stock, so they can make like these weird combinations of numbers. And you see, it's around 4 divine. And then you always have to check for the exalt price also, because it's easy. And this is the first thing you really have to implement into your trading and daily business in PoE. Always check for the exalt price and have exalts on you or exchange those for your divines to exalt and so on. It saves you a lot of money and it's pretty quick because you can do it right in the game and you don't have to use the trade market for it. But if I want to look up now the price for Exalt, it says, okay, it's 378 Exalts for 1 isolation. That's a bit expensive. So now we have to look up the divine exchange price. So currently it's 102. So this guy wants, where is it? No, it's breach. Where's breach? No, it's Delirium. Okay, here 375, and for the vine, it's 3.6. Okay, so and now we look up on the trade side. Looking for the isolation search. And then we see they are all listed for 4 divine each. And they are probably selling or not selling. There are a lot of listed for 4 divines, and you can look up the time when it's listed, 20 hours, 2 hours, 6 hours. They're probably not selling that fast, but we can also, and that's the first thing you should know about the trade page. You can change the buyout price and what currency you want to buy out. And it's pretty important to know because you always want to check for Exalt price first because it's the cheapest price that you can get, and then you can look for the divine price as well. Let me check what I could sell. Okay, I will leave this for the video now. I'm sorry. And now we see that the buyout price for exalts of this item is around 390. So you see it's different about 25 exalts to the exchange market in-game and the trade page over here, and also for the divines. So in this case, you would buy it for exalts over the exchange market, and you also could try to resell it for 390 because they probably sell if people check for exalt price. But they sometimes are pretty lazy, and you can just set it up for 4 divines and it would sell for sure. Okay, that's the first thing I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about with you about the trade page. Okay, let's clear the filter again, and now you have different options on this side. First, you can filter by names, so you can search by specific items, maybe an emerald ring. You can type it in, and then you have to click it so it's in there, and then you just press enter and search, and then you see all of the listings for emerald items. For sure, those are way too many matches, and if you want to buy an emerald ring that fits for you, you really have to set up the search correctly. So what we can do, there are a lot of things ticked over here. So let's untick those and let's work with the type filters first. So type filters, it's basically you can search for bases. The game has a lot to do with bases, like the base item this base item has more base energy shield than this, so this is basically better. And you can select for those bases. So maybe you want like a helmet or so, or maybe you're looking for a new focus, or maybe you're looking for also skill gems. It's all possible here. So we do something common. We do a wand for this video, and you can type in the wand just here, and then you can also select the rarity. So to not get overwhelmed by too many items when you just search for 1 or 2 modifiers, you can then also select the rarity, because a magic item always can have only can have 2 modifiers on it, and a rare item 6. So we tick like the rare option, and then you have the item level filter and the item quality filter. Quality you can apply by your own, so it doesn't matter. But you can, if you're starting new and you're in the campaign and you're looking for a new wand, you always have to look for the item level. So you have to set it to your level. Maybe in this case it's 45, but we're looking for maybe a better one this time, so we don't use the item level filter here. So the next filter we can look up is the equipment filters, and here you can here you can type in specific stuff you actually want on the on the thing you're buying. Maybe you're buying a weapon and you want it with at least 300 damage. So you can type it. Oh, you can type it in here, and then we can look for a bow. You can also use your keyboard to type in the base, and then if you do that, oh, that wasn't correct. So let's see what is wrong with the search. Damage per second, critical, spirit, energy shield, elemental DPS. Maybe 300 was too high. No. Oh yeah, that's the problem. We're searching for a bow who's called Emerald Ring. You see, I also do from time to time mistakes. It just happens. Okay, but let's type in again 300. Click on search, and then we find a lot of bows that has at least 300 DPS, and then you can see it on the bottom here. And then if you don't know, you can just click on this, and then it gets listed from the highest DPS to the lowest DPS. And yeah, for sure, this thing sells for 4 mirrors or so. I don't know. It's hella expensive. Both are crazy, and everyone's playing lightning arrow and stuff like this. It's cool. I also played it. But as you can see, as more DPS you want, the higher the price is. But also here, like for 90 divines, seems like a pretty good bow for this DPS. But we go back and look for the other options we have. Also, if you're looking maybe for new boots, you can type in boots, and then you may be a sorceress like me, and then you don't want to see boots that have like armor or evasion rating on it. You only want to have energy shield. So you go in and say by maximum 0 on armor and maximum 0 on evasion. And then if you go to search, you will only see all energy shield based bases that you actually can use better for your build than other ones, because it's only intelligence reliable. So and then you can also say I want at least like 50 energy shield, and you can type it in, and then you see all of the bases that has at least 50 energy shield. Oh, I'm getting a cell. Yeah, for you guys who don't know, those the temporalis got duped by some people, a lot of people. There are 1,000 on the market, and yeah, I bought some to actually resell those to make some currency on the way while this is happening. Some people making a lot of more. He wants to buy 2, so it's 60, 76. Yeah, give me 75. Should be okay. Now I have to wait until this guy is coming. Then I will also show you right in this video how I proceed with my new divines. Now give me my divines. I'm sorry that this is taking so long. For fuck's sakes. I just want to get them go. 50, 60, 70, 74. Perfect. Those are sold, and I made like 6 divine for a profit for each chest sold there. Okay. And now, because it's also a trading tutorial and video, I show you basically exactly what I do now with my currency. So as you can see, I shouldn't do that. Now, I have 76 divines, and as I said, currently they are pretty cheap, and you can make some money on the way. What I basically do is I search for it, like the temporalis, and then I go down to my filters, the trade filters, and then I set it to divines, and then minimum of 35. No, maximum of 35. Then I go for search, and then I see already listed one for 30. So, oh, it's a corrupted one. We don't want that. We don't want the corrupted one. It was my bad. I was too fast. No, this is not gonna sell. And then as you see, the miscellaneous, you can tick the filter here and then go to corrupted and say no. And then we see, oh, there are 2 listed. Oh no, I don't want to buy for 35. Because also, oh, this is bad. Also, we don't want him to be ID'd. No, and then we look up the current price. Yeah, it's 38 currently, but that's only because of the dupers are currently not here. I maybe could sell it for 40 or so, but it's fine. We just have to wait until some dupers put up some for 30 divines or 33 divines. Okay, and then we just take active live search, and then it will do the job in the background. Okay, let's go back to the video. So, as I said, you can use this to actually find bases. They are just 100 specific for you made. And then you can also look up for the requirements. You can maybe say, I don't have that much intelligence currently. I only have like 45 or so. Then you can say it over here. Also, you can say, okay, it has to be maximum 0 strength and dex, and it's basically the same as armor or evasion. And then you also have like waystone filters you can use for finding your waystones. Obviously, the miscellaneous I showed you just a second ago, where you can decide the gem level you want to search, or the gem socket, and also stack size, how many stacks the item you want to buy, or how many stacks the person you want to buy from got to has. I don't know what's right. Please forgive me that. And yeah, also if it's identified, corrupted, mirrored, or alternated art. So what you have to know, if an item is corrupted or mirrored, you can't do anything with the item. So no currency is working, no corruption is working, nothing. And identified or not, yeah, you basically know that. And then you have like the trade filter down here, where you can also search for people. I recommend this for league start. So this is a good advice. So on league start, you go on the bulk item exchange, and then you look up for the divines exchange for exalts, and then you search for that. And then you tick on this button over here. So you see the person with the most exalts on the market. Also, if you don't know, you can just you can just press this, and the search is being mirrored to the other side. And then, whoops, didn't meant to do that. And then you see, you can also filter for the guy with the most divines. So there's a guy with 800 divines. And then you can just copy his name like this, go back to the search. And then you can type in his name over here. Make sure to untick all of the other filters like this. And then you see all of the items he has listed. And you see he only has listed a couple of items. They are pretty expensive. I don't know if they are worth that much, but he has listed them. I don't know. And also you see he is a currency flipper for exalts and divines, and this is what he mainly does. And you can check out those people on early start, what they do, what they have in stock, what they also, you see like the time when something is listed, so you also can recognize a trend pretty fast, and you can also highlight this. So you can go back to the player. It's basically like a money trading page or so, where you can look up people, what they do, and you can hook up things for yourself. Okay, so then the importance, the very important feature on the trading website is this buyout price. So a lot of you don't just go and search for the items and see, 1 divine, 2 divine, 3 divine, but you will never see the real items when you don't know how to search for them. So always before you search, click on Exalt Orb and then go search, because then you only see the items that are listed for exalts. And this guy is pretty lucky. He's the first guy who shows up with an exalt item. So to give you a better view about how important this could be is when we actually look for an item. So maybe we're looking, for boots, as I said, and we want energy shield based one. And then we go to the stat filter, and then you see this little pencil over here, and you can select different things like not if count or weighted sum or weighted sum for 2. I use only count because it's the best function you can use for that. So we select count, and then we say, okay, for this count, I want at least 2 of them to match. So then we go add stat filter. And now we're going to add our fire resistance, we're going to add the cold resistance, and we're going to add the lightning resistance. And we also, no, we don't select the chaos resistance. And now, as you guess correct, now the search will filter for all of these 3, but only show items who has at least 2 matches. And then we can also say, okay, we want at least 25, 25, and 25. And then we go to add another stat group, and we go on count again. Also, we go to count again, and then we want our movement speed on the boots. It's really important, and we want at least 25. Then what's also pretty important for us is mana, and it would be good if they have rarity, but we're gonna look up the search first, and then we say, we want 2 out of 2 here. And we say at least 70 mana or so. And then we go on search, and we see over 5,000 items. Okay, that means our search isn't that good enough to filter for the best items. So we increase the movement speed to 30. And we see the half of it. Okay, that's pretty good. And now we go up with the mana, 120. And it's getting even smaller. And then we bring up the resistance. Okay, and then another halfway there, and then first again exalt orbs and search. Then we see we have 3 results for our search. Isn't that insane? You saw when we look for relevant, when we search for relevant, we have over 500 different matches. And if we just go for the Exalt Orbs, it's just 3. But one divine currently costs 105 exalts. That means with 80 exalts, you're cheaper than over 99% of the other items listed. And now you look up the stats. You see, you have your 30 movement speed, your energy shield base, you have your mana. Life for our class with CI doesn't matter at all. You have double resistance and some random shit you don't need. If you look up the next one, it's close to 1 divine. You see it also has life. You don't need that. And the last one also isn't good. It has a bit more. No, it isn't good. It isn't good. Okay. Then to maybe find some better results, we type in 25 for the resistance again. And now we see 21 results. Perfect. And then we can look through and you see you can also say, yeah, maximum 120 exalts. And then you see, okay, that's close to 1 divine, but not 1 divine. Yeah, a bit over 1 divine, but you can get pretty good items. And you always want to look maybe for items who they has like one modifier free on the suffix or in the prefix. Like this item here, it has movement speed, mana, cold and lightning resistance, and you can slam 1 exalt on it to maybe improve the item even further. And this is like where you can look for boots, because if I can show you something, these boots over here, they have a bit low energy shield, it's okay, but they have 1 high resistance and intelligence, which is basically damage for us, and pretty good mana. So we keep this one in mind. Actually, I just do a new search. Basically, I'm gonna copy this over here. And then I will search for the vines. And I want to look with you for the first item, which is worth 1 divine. So here's a guy who wants to sell it. Let me bring this over here and over here. Okay, so this item compared to this item, yeah, this one is better. First, you have the energy shield on it. I mean, it has a bad base, but it's okay. You don't have... Okay, you have a free modifier over here, but you have like the higher lightning resistance, and you save like 30 exalt for this, and you have the intelligence on it, which is basically damage. And you can compare a lot of these. Just do it like I did, and then you have a good comparison on what is worth 1 divine and what is worth like under 1 divine, and then you can find like the best items for yourself and like a pair of new boots in for this tutorial. And yeah, one big thing I want to show you, a lot of people don't know, is if you have an item which you just saw with pretty good stats, or you don't know what the stat is called in the search over here, just click on this little icon over here. It says filter by item stats, and if you click it, all of the item stats will automatically get transformed into your search, and you don't have to type in by yourself. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, if you didn't notice that, then now leave a like and subscribe, okay? Because it's pretty cool. And that's basically it for this search over here, for this search here. There's some other stuff what you can do when you maybe search for a wand, and I recommend you PoE2DB to use the Path of Exile database too to find the best items for your slots. Because if you go over here and you look for the ones, first you see what modifier can be applied on this item and what item level base it has. If you want to craft it, you have to look up to get the highest tier modifier on this slot. And if you look over here on the wand, you see you can have plus to level of all spell skills and to level of all lightning spell skills. So you can't have both of them. That would be pretty OP, but you can decide what you want, and it's basically the same. It's also elemental damage, spell damage, and lightning damage. It's also the same. And this is a pretty good tip I want to give you on the way. If you want to look for cheap and good jewelry for your passive tree, you can do that by going over here and look for any jewel. And then you can do again like the count search and say, look for elemental damage, increase spell damage, it's okay, and elemental damage. At least one, and then you also say how much, and then you can add another stat group and say I want cast speed at least 4, 1 of 1. And also you can do this, and then you can also find maybe some good magic bases you can craft yourself. And then if you look up, oh, I forgot to set it to exalt for sure. Then you see, oh, there are a lot of listed for like 10 exalt or so, but yeah, this is pretty low. So I have to bring this up. Okay, there's actually no one listed. It's actually a good item if it would has those stats. Can I find one? Yes, I can find one. You see, it has increased elemental damage and cast speed, and it costs like 75 extra because it's a pretty good base. And from that point, if you want one more stat on it, it's just getting worse and worse. So maybe you want effect skill duration. That's pretty massive. You can look for that, not for exalts. Oh, where is it? Relevant. Oh, there's nothing listed. There's no one listed at all. Oh, I selected the wrong one. My bad. Effect. Skill effect duration. This. Oh, they are quite cheap, if I can say this. Yes, and you can also have like lightning damage on it. Forgot about that, I think. And you can say 2. Yeah, nothing listed. I think that's wrong. But you can see, but you saw how you can use the search to your advantage, also for look up cheap items and also get more results if you know what specific modifiers an item can has and which is what is working for you and what not. And yeah, for the end of the video, I want to show you the bulk exchange once more. It's easy. You just go over here and select what you want and then go for search. Also, you find a lot of stuff down here if you take this and just go for search, and you can use this to check the price if it's maybe cheaper on the trade page or on the exchange market. And I recommend that doing every single time. And yes, the last tip and trick I want to give you is the overlay I'm using. So if you have an item and you want to look it up and do your shortcut and it opens over here. Like I said, it's the PoE overlay 2. Then you can select all of your stat filters and you go for search. And a lot of you don't know, and I also didn't notice that, but someone in my stream told me that if you go over here on the 3 dots and you click it, you can select between exalts and divine buyouts. And this is pretty important if you want to look up the correct price of an item. Like, as I said, a lot of you notice you find an item, you price check it, and then it says one divine, and you say, yeah, I found one divine, and then it's not selling for 2 or 3 days because 300 of those got listed for one divine, and no one is buying them because it's not worth one divine. And if you check the exalt price, and now you hear my ticker notified me, but this is a too high price to buy. I'm looking for like 30 divine or so. I bought mine for 30 divine, but they are skyrocketing. And yeah, I made my little cut for this. It's okay. Some people make more. That's also okay. And yeah, then if you don't know, then you can hover over this link and then you press Control and left click, and then this search will automatically open in your main browser, and then you have it over here, and then you can do whatever you want. Check for the exalt, it's already set. Check for the filters and stuff like this. And yes, this was my trading guide for you guys. I hope you learned something from it and now become better trader. If you have any question about trading, currency flipping, or stuff like this, leave a comment or come to my stream, ask me anything about trading and PoE, and I try to help you out. And yeah, another banger long video. And yes, have fun grinding and enjoy trading. Have a good one. Bye.